Hi friends, it's Jason, and today we are in the wintry forest and we're going to try and take some winter photos today. And it's really cold. It feels like minus 23 Celsius with the wind chill today, but luckily I've got new snow pants, I've got waterproof shoes on, and hopefully with my jacket and my hat, I'm all bundled up, we won't get too cold. Now, I'm curious, if you leave me a comment down below, what do you use to stay warm when you're out taking photos in the winter? Is there any tips for staying warm, dry? Because there's nothing worse than cold, wet feet, cold, wet hands, and I prefer mittens over gloves just because of the fact that they keep your fingers together and keep them warm. So let's go see what we can see today and check things out.
The snow-covered forest in the winter is so serene and relaxing and calm. It's such a great place to hang out and take photos and just relax. Now, what I wanted to do was photograph this bridge, which I've shot many times in the fall from a different perspective. But first I had to cross to the other side and had to pass the apparent toll keeper at the other end.
Trudging through all this snow isn't easy. Obviously, people don't come to this bench in the wintertime. Whew. Something does, though. I'm trying to get to this side of the river so that I can photograph the bridge more centrally. Let's see if I can figure this out. One of the things that I wanted to point out was the fact that, we automatically assume that the picture on the back of our camera is showing us what we're seeing. For the most part it is, but you have to remember that the camera tries to bring everything to middle gray or 18% gray. If you've noticed some of my talking head videos in my studio, the back wall of my studio is painted 18% gray so that I can use that for white balancing and editing. But the thing is, when you're taking a picture with your camera, especially in an environment like this, with snow and bright sunlight and blown out highlights and things, you have to remember that your camera is going to try and push everything to that middle to get the best picture to display it on the back of your screen. So just keep that in mind when you're taking pictures. And this snow, you have to compensate for that. And usually what I'll do is I'll kind of expose to the right on the histogram a little bit, just so that I can bring it back down and play with it when I'm editing. And of course I'm shooting in RAW. One of the things you have to be careful of when you're shooting in the snow is not blowing out your highlights. And sometimes there's a misconception that snow is always white, and that's not always the case. As you can see here, I've got my histogram up. I'm focusing on trying not to get too much over here to the right hand side of the histogram, because those will be blown out, obviously. If you blow out on either side of the histogram, that side is too dark, that side is too white. So what I'm trying to do is balance this out, and hopefully I'm trying to guide the picture with this leading line of this fallen tree and get the light in behind the bridge. So if this picture turns out, I'll show it to you now. encouraged me to come out today was because I spent the better part of January not feeling well, sick. Kind of sounded like I had a strangled Canada goose in my throat, so it wasn't very conducive for making videos. And another reason is that last summer I was getting ready to put together my first calendar and sell it to people and make it available to people that wanted to get it. And well, look at you. Look at you. Hi, buddy. The other reason was that I was in the summer, last summer, getting ready to make a calendar available for people of my photos. But one thing I noticed was I didn't have very many winter pictures, which kind of surprised me. But I do tend to hibernate a little bit in the wintertime, so it kind of made sense. But I'm out trying to change that. It is the 2nd of February today, and Lucy the lobster saw her shadow, so apparently we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter, and you know, that'll be a benefit, so I can get out and get some more pictures and bring you along with me. So let's go and see if we can get some more photos.
One of the things in the wintertime is it's not always about the big grand photo with everything blanketed in white. Sometimes it's just about focusing on the little things that are around you that catch your eye. Right now I'll show you a few of the things that caught my eye today as I was on my hike.
So as I said, it's fun to get out in the winter, and I don't do it enough, so I plan on doing it more, and I plan on bringing you along with me. And one thing, if you could leave a comment down below, what are your favorite gear tips for wintertime, for keeping warm, keeping dry? Do you have a favorite brand? Do you have a favorite product? Is there a type of gear that you like? Leave me a comment down below when it comes to going out in the winter, keeping warm, keeping dry, and keeping creating. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get out a lot more this month. It's supposed to snow again later this week. Hopefully, I'll get out in that and make some other photos and bring you along with me, of course. Hopefully, you enjoyed today's little excursion, all the fun, all the photos, and definitely hit like down below if you do. It helps me out, and stay warm. It's getting cold out here. The sun's going down. It's, like I said, it's already almost, it's over minus 20 degrees right now, and with the wind, and I want to go home and warm up. Hot chocolate in my future, maybe an Irish hot chocolate. Anyway, I'll see you again next time.